It baffles me that a country as corrupt as Nigeria is seeking for justice. Like, it baffles me. The burial ground of injustice is in Nigeria. The headquarters of injustice is in Nigeria. And then it surprises me that these people are now craving for justice. They now desire justice. For what reason? That is what I'm here to understand. If not because of that $10.5 million that any country that qualifies will be getting, I'm not seeing the Super Eagles of Nigeria or the NFF being serious in terms of them going for this World Cup. Minus that money, there will be no appeal, sir. So guys, I think it is the time to make all this thing clear to you guys that Nigeria will not be playing in the next FIFA World Cup until otherwise spoken by FIFA as a body. Yes, it is quite clear that Congo DR fielded 6 ineligible players based on nationality switch. They were not supposed to field them, and then they went ahead and then fielded this player, which contributed heavily towards them qualifying for the Intercontinental Playoff. They did it, and it is clear. And then that act alone is a breach to the rule of FIFA. And then surely there will be punishment for DR Congo. The punishment is coming, but for now, nobody knows how it is going to be. Because FIFA is yet to pass their verdict. They are yet to pass their verdict. Not until that happens, we can't really say that the Super Eagles of Nigeria has qualified for the next FIFA World Cup. So let us just forget what all these bloggers, all these media houses has been saying. That Nigeria have qualified for the next FIFA World Cup, that they are going to play, they are going to do this. Forget all those things. All those things are just fallacy. For now, FIFA is yet to pass their verdict, or they are now to announce the punishment that they will be meting to DR Congo. Yes, many people are saying it that they will be withdrawn. Their qualification will be withdrawn. And then others are coming from the angle that the possibility of them getting fined will be there. But now, we are yet to tell. But from my own view, I'm not seeing the Super Eagles of Nigeria going for that World Cup in place of DR Congo. I'm not just seeing it happening. And then this is why I'm saying this thing now. You know, they just play against Nigeria. They played against Cameroon. 3 days after playing against Cameroon, they played against Nigeria. And then all the way from the group stage, FIFA World Cup Qualification group stage, they have been fielding all these players. So they have used these players to play against many countries. And then why is it that it is only the data of Nigeria that is raising issue? Is it that they are the next in line, or is it that they are the one that they last knocked out, or is it that NFF had to appeal that their qualification should be withdrawn? And then let me burst your bubble. It is not just NFF that appealed. Cameroon also did the same thing. Don't forget that they played Cameroon 3 days before playing Nigeria. They won Cameroon, and also they won Nigeria with the same set of players, and then achieving the same goal. So that is the issue here. And then also, Samuel Eto'o is also a member of FIFA body. He is there as well, a Cameroonian, a legend of Cameroon national team. And then you really expect Samuel Eto'o to fold his hand and watch Cameroon get denied of their rights? The same way that Nigeria is agitating, the same way that Nigeria appealed, is the same way that Cameroon also appealed. So how is it going to be? What about other countries that Congo DR used those players to defeat? What happens to them? It then means that all of them should also submit an appeal for them to be withdrawn. And then if at the end they withdrew DR Congo, which nation do you think will represent them? Because the same way that Nigeria stands a chance for going for that Intercontinental Playoff if DR Congo is withdrawn, that is the same way that Cameroon too should stand a chance of going for the Intercontinental Playoff if DR Congo is withdrawn. So how do you really think it is going to be? What if other countries that DR Congo has played against now rise up and then start their own agitation too? That it is not fair. So what do you really think is going to happen? We'll find out very soon. But for now, forget what all these bloggers are saying. Forget what all these content creators are saying, that Nigeria will now be playing the next FIFA World Cup. It is not happening now. As of the moment I'm making this video, the verdict is not yet passed by FIFA. And then not until that happens, we can't really say which is which. We can't really say which is which. Then, on a second thought, let us look at it from this angle now. Why is NFF so eager to make sure that Nigeria qualifies for the next World Cup? Because Nigeria has several chances to make that qualification. they had several chances to make that qualification. All the way from the group stage, they couldn't qualify. Down to playoff, they still couldn't qualify. You get the point now? So they had multiple chances to make the qualification, but they couldn't do it. Why is it that it is now that they want to enter into the World Cup competition through the back door, and then NFF is seriously backing them up? Have you asked yourself that question? Do you really think that NFF is doing this thing for Super Eagles and also for the joy of Nigerians? Is that what you think? Sorry to burst your bubble. It is not so. I doubt if it is not so. Because any nation or any country that qualifies for FIFA World Cup is automatically entitled to receiving $10.5 million. That country alone, that footballing body of that country is entitled to $10.5 million. Don't you see, or don't you think that this is what NFF might be targeting? It might be the money that these people are just targeting, not even the representation. Because it's not as if they always provide the best for these players. When they played AFCON, Nigeria at some point wanted to boycott training. Not just that they boycott, they had to do it. They did it before we friend J.U.D stood up and then said that he's going to pay all their bonuses. So it's not even like they provide the best for these players. So what are they really after? Is it for the Super Eagles of Nigeria or for Nigeria to be represented in the next FIFA World Cup? Or is it that money, that $10.5 million that they will be getting, which one do you really think that they are after? Because from a normal, these people don't really care about football. It's not like that they care like that. It's not really that like they care. Now they are submitting appeal everywhere, every now and then. Appeal here, appeal the other place, appeal, just to make sure that the qualification of DR Congo is withdrawn, and then they are now placing Nigeria to be the next nation that will take over if it happens that DR Congo is withdrawn. And then Cameroon too is also warming up. So that is the politics that is coming in. And then at the end, I'm just saying that they might not really withdraw DR Congo. It will just end in fining them. That's how it will end. They will get fined, and then they will make sure that those players that are ineligible, which they have been using before, will not play in that World Cup. So that is what I'm seeing there. Because if it happens that they withdraw DR Congo, it is going to cause a big chaos. It will definitely cause a big chaos. So I'm not seeing it happening. And then I'm yet to see it in football history. I stand to be corrected. If I'm wrong here, I'll stand to be corrected. I've not seen it in football history whereby a country that qualifies gets withdrawn because of one or two things. What I always say is that they will get fined. That's what I've seen so far. And if you have seen it before, I stand to be corrected as well. Just, you can correct me. So let's just tell ourselves the truth. The Super Eagles of Nigeria, yes, at some point they became very, very serious to play in the FIFA World Cup. But ab initio, they were not serious. The eagerness, the enthusiasm, the ginger, the hunger for them to succeed wasn't in those players, wasn't in NFF, and also wasn't in that very coach that was handling them then. It was later that they realized themselves, and then they started putting up a good performance. So all the same, NFF, for my own, I don't really think that these people should be withdrawn. My own personal opinion. I don't think that DR Congo should be withdrawn. Rather, let them just get fined, and then let those players that are ineligible, that they have been filled on, let them not go for the World Cup. That should be their punishment. But withdrawing them for Nigeria is what I don't really suppose, because Nigeria as a nation doesn't deserve justice. It baffles me that a country as corrupt as Nigeria is seeking for justice. Like, it baffles me. The burial ground of injustice is in Nigeria. The headquarters of injustice is in Nigeria. And then it surprises me that these people are now craving for justice. They now desire justice. For what reason? That is what I'm here to understand. If not because of that $10.5 million that any country that qualifies will be getting, I'm not seeing the Super Eagles of Nigeria or the NFF being serious in terms of them going for this World Cup. Minus that money, there will be no appeal, sir. There will be no appeal. That is the nation that we are from. So I strongly feel that FIFA will not be disqualifying DR Congo. Rather, they will just get fined, and at the end, those players that are ineligible, which they fielded already, will not be allowed to participate in the FIFA tournament, in the World Cup tournament. So let me know your own opinion in the comment section, and please do well to subscribe to this my channel. We continue to grow. We are still young, and then we are still growing, and with your support we can grow faster. So for those of you that have been supporting me, I so much love it. I appreciate you guys. I'm making a big shout out to you people for always supporting me. And then for those of you that are just coming in contact with my video for the first time, please do well to subscribe to my channel, share this post, then click the notification button. And if there is anywhere you feel that I need to improve myself, you can as well go ahead and then let us know about it, so that we can grow together. One